how's it going? My name is Griffin, and today I'm going to teach you how to go fishing with a bait cast reel. In step one, I'm going to detail how to put a lure on while also detailing the actual bait cast reel that you see right here, which is different from the traditional spinning reel. So to begin with, the main difference between the bait caster and a spinning reel is this right here, which is the brake. Right here, this little knob is referred to as a spool tension. And to cast it, instead of like flipping it, holding the line and then casting it, you press this button down and put your thumb on the line right here. So when you actually go to put a lure on, it's very different because the tuning of it actually has to be done rather than just throwing on bait or a weight or anything like that. So to show you, right here I have just a typical lure that you can use in a freshwater pond, and the idea result you're trying to look for is when you go to cast it, put the rod at a 10-degree angle, or not 10 degree, at an hour 10, and you just release it and it should move slowly down. And then you reel it back up and watch it again. It goes slowly down. And once you get to that nice tuning, you know you don't have to mess around with the brake, you don't have to mess around with the spool tension knob, which essentially what the spool tension knob does is tightens or loosens how fast the actual line is coming out during the casting. The brake, which is the why it's so different from the spinning reel, is when you cast a bait caster, it can get all like bird's nest if you don't like control the actual line when you're casting before it hits the water. Because if you don't hit this when it hits the water, what'll end up happening is it'll keep on going, and essentially it'll just bird's nest, and no one likes having to deal with a bird's nest because then you have to just pull all the line out, and that takes about 30 seconds that you're getting taken away from fishing. So in essence, in step one is just you have to fine-tune the bait caster and basically get used to using the brake and the spool tension. And once you find that nice drop like I showed, just like that, you hit the fine-tune. In this next step, I'm going to show you how to actually cast a bait cast reel and rod. And essentially, as I said in step one, you have to make sure that this is pressed down and I'm holding the tension line. And when I cast, it'll essentially just hit, before it hits the water, I have to hit it. And once it does that, you're fishing. So I'll show you how to go fishing. In this next step, I'm going to show you how to actually look in the pond into areas where you might actually see fish, whether it's spot, bass, that sort of nature. As you can see on the edge right here, there's some spot that are kind of just lingering around the edge of the water. But if you see all this grassy sort of stuff on the top, that's where bass like to hang out. And it's very difficult to actually get a bass. The reason being is because they like to stalk their prey. And once you get into the deeper waters of the pond, like over that way, there's actually quite a few large carp. And so your general gist is you can either go for some spot along the actual water right here, or you can go towards the weeds and the grass. And once you get to the deeper parts, that's where you're going to find the bass and the carp. And that's honestly a good place to start if you want to use a bait cast reel.